And these women don't have no protection. So these dudes just out there destroying them, destroying women, whether you're a queen or not. They don't care. But the thing is, a queen is different, kind of too, man. Is that black males with that unrighteous mentality? They may go holler at a queen or whatever like that, but they kind of afraid a little bit. It's hard for them to approach because you have to have a certain type of righteous aura to be able to get close to a queen like that because she's gonna tell that you're a nigga, dog, that you got that mentality on you. She's gonna tell. She can tell that, and she do not want that in her soul at all. She do not want that energy around her because she knows what that energy is gonna do. So dude can walk up to her, like women need to understand. Dudes can walk up to you and say all the sweetest shit possible and all that type of stuff. Yeah, they can talk it, but when you're queen, and you're gonna feel it, and you're gonna get some indicators, and you listen to the indicators, um, every single time, man, every single time. Women, especially black women, have to stop inviting damaging behavior into their lives, dude. It really start with them, dude. Like dudes with that mentality cannot get close to you if you don't let them. Like you have to damn near bottom line open up the door for them into your life and shit for that to happen. You got to be able to learn how to detect that shit right out the gate. Out the gate. You have to be able to see if the dude that you're trying to date is like a builder, man. And a lot of times, when I say build, I'm talking about build empires, build stuff. Like, you know, that you have the ability to heal you and everything from problems and all that type of stuff. It's a lot to it, man. Because black women need healing. That's what it is. They need healing. And they're not getting healing. What they're getting is they think they're getting healing, or they think they know what it needs to heal, and then they go get with another dude that has that same mentality. If you got a friend right now, right, and she's a black woman, and if you look at her last 5 relationships, if she even had any, or maybe if you have knowledge of her first 3 relationships, and you see a pattern in a person, and you can compare that with an unrighteous black male or some nigga on the street, that's gonna be your evidence right there. You're attracting the wrong people. And one of the things that black women do is they say it out their mouth that they want a nigga. That is a huge problem right there. You are fucking calling the demons of the motherfucking world and shit into your life and shit like that. Is that what you're trying to do? And when I say demons and shit, let's just be factual and real about this shit. Like, what do niggas do to black women? You know what I'm saying? Is there any righteousness in that? Does that behavior have any righteousness in how it treats black women? No, it don't. And black women know that shit. So my thing is, you gotta start thinking in your head, I want a king. I want a king. Every day thinking like that. That's what I want. That's what you want to be able to draw into your life. You want a righteous king. You don't want a righteous king based on physical attributes. You want a righteous king because that's his soul. You understand what I'm saying, dude? Like, you don't want to do based on his physical appearance. You know what I'm saying? Skin on the body or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's all appealing and all that type of stuff and everything. But you want the soul. What is the soul of a man? What is his behavior like consistently every single day? That's what you want. You want to know about that. You got to bypass all that other shit in order to get to that. That's what the woman needs to be figuring out. What's your character like? What's your behavior like? Stuff like that. Black women should not be worrying about how somebody looks at all. At least not now, not in the beginning. I know black women be like, oh, he gotta at least be tolerable, whatever it may be, and all that type of shit. I'm like, I don't know, man. Because the king ain't looking at you to have sex with you. That's what black women don't understand. They be worrying about that. Niggas are looking at you to have sex with you. If you're trying to attract the king, he is not looking at you as a sexual object or basing his decisions to be with you because of how you look. He's attracted to your purpose. He's attracted to your crown. He's attracted to your essence. That's what he's attracted to. That is what's beautiful to him. Those things. Ain't got shit to do with no face, hair, ass, titties, none of that shit. Ain't got shit to do with it. That's what niggas look at with that mentality. The king look at something totally different. And that king is gonna ask you questions about yourself constantly, probably. Because he wanna know. He wanna know more about you. Right, you know what I'm saying? And the women gonna want to know more about him and all that type of stuff. But one thing that black women need to understand is why they need a healing process. Because somebody at some point in their life has to teach them who a king is and what he is and how to look for one and how to treat one. The fathers were supposed to do it, but the fathers can't do it if they was unrighteous. So the way you find out you have an unrighteous father, you gotta ask yourself, did he grow up with me? Was he a part of my life? Was he a part of my upbringing? Did he teach me? Did he teach me about males? Did he teach me about stuff like that? Was it consistent? Is he still around like now? You know what I'm saying? Heavily involved in my life. That's how you can tell. And black women be giving their fathers so many fucking excuses for the shit that they did to them growing up. You can't get them dudes no excuses. You keep giving them dudes excuses after excuse, they are never going to change. Ever going to change. You're going to go to somebody else and do the exact fucking crazy weird ass shit to them. It's going to be a pattern. And that's the problem. No matter how much that dude try to turn into a victim and shit, like, oh, you trying to get the black man locked up or whatever it may be, all that type of shit. No, you can't hear none of that shit, dude. You got like, motherfucker, you need to change to be a better person, dude. Because right now you fucked up. You got to let a motherfucker know what they are, dude, and hold them accountable for what they are and what behavior they have. That's what it is. And if a motherfucker don't want to be righteous, and if a motherfucker don't want to be able to help you build shit, you just gotta let them go, man. You can't have that attached to your soul. I don't care what that dude's got going on, man. That energy is gonna destroy you in time. It's gonna destroy you. So that's why I say, man, black women got indicators, man. You can see certain shit that ain't right, and but you'll ignore it, thinking there's something else beautiful about this person or some shit like that and everything, man. Like, no. Because that mentality, that unrighteous mentality, is going to start showing shit. Like immediately almost. It's going to get triggered. And you're gonna hear certain things. It's going to slip out the person's mouth. You're going to see how a person move. All type of shit. And you're going to tell, if you see a dude trying to build like a sexual relationship with you, like say like, you meet them and things twist more towards like sexual stuff or hanging out where you put yourself in positions to be able to have sex, shit like that. First, then that's an unrighteous behavior right there. Because what needs to happen is you should be talking about your business shit. That's what you're supposed to be spending the most time doing. If you're gonna be like Netflix and chill and all that, no, it ain't Netflix and chill to have sex. It's like you're trying to create ideas to get some business and shit done. Like the dude is coming over your house talking to you and kicking it with you because he's trying to get business shit done. You going by his spot, y'all meeting up and everything because you're trying to get business shit done. That shit come first. The empires come first. Black women don't have no empires like that. And the reason why they don't have no empires is because they are not falling in love and being with men that have the ability to create them for them or to help them create it. A lot of black women right now do have so many ideas in their heads about shit that they want to do. They're like, man, if I could do this, man, if I could do that, if I had $500 to do this, I could do that, or whatever it may be. All that type of shit. You need the person to help you build that. You don't need the person to have sex with. You need the person to help you build all those fucking ideas that you just said. To work with that person. And if black women did that shit, though, they would be way, way better. Way, way better. They have to be able to first learn what a queen is. And being a queen ain't what you was taught. Because you was taught what a queen was probably from a nigga. You have to be taught what a queen is from a righteous black man or a righteous man, period. From a righteous mentality so you can get the real truth and some understanding behind the truth. And whoever you're getting it from has to be able to be righteous down to their soul, and you'll be able to tell by their behavior and shit. You can be able to tell how they talk and how they move. You're going to see it. And they ain't going to want to hear. Another thing, too, man, if you call, and another thing, too, a righteous man ain't not going to let you call him a nigga either. He don't go off on you. And he's not going to hang around a whole bunch of niggas. That's not going to happen. So look at his circle. Look at his friends. Look at what you call him. Just call him one day. What's up, my nigga? And if you don't have a problem with that shit, or he don't look at you crazy, or excuse me, I can't deal with that word. If you don't say some shit like that to you, then you know you got an unrighteous man right there. Because the righteous man does not want to be around anything that has an unrighteous mentality, any type of attachment like that at all. Because a lot of the times this shit, man, the unrighteous man has evolved. He used to be unrighteous at first. And then he evolved. He had to fight to evolve to change his mentality. And once you become righteous like that, you do not want to go back to that mentality ever. You don't want to do anything to put you back in that mentality. So the righteous man is going to say something. And black women need to be retaught about how to be queens. And they need to be retaught how to know the difference between a nigga and a king. Because a lot of times, black women be with niggas so long and shit that they go kick it with a king. They start treating the king like the last dude that they was with. The way they talk, they can't tell the difference. So they gotta know, man. Black women gotta be retaught. I think a lot of women gotta be retaught, but black women especially, they need to be retaught. And the reason why I say that, the reason I can't say every single black woman, right? I will say this. I would say, look at your life right now. Is it what you wanted? Is this the life you want right now? Wherever you at in your life right now, is this the point where you happy? Are you happy right now at this point right now in your life? Like that. You pretty much be able to figure it out. Black women making the wrong decisions when it comes to people they get their energy to and who they have babies by now. Too much. Too much. And nobody even, and motherfuckers having babies and shit, and motherfuckers ain't talking about no empires. No empires are being formed for them children. Them children are supposed to be running those empires later down in the generation. But they can't run no empire if the parents ain't building one, or the mom or the mother is have better decisions when she pick males and shit. Kids ain't gonna have no empire. You know what the kids gonna do? They gonna be slaves for another company or another person. They're not gonna be kings and queens of their own shit. And what black kids, especially black kids, need to see, they need to see their parents, especially their mama, building empire. Watching her work. And her talking to them. They need to see that in motion. They need to learn what that feels like early. So they can have a certain standard of behavior and character. So in a boy and a girl. So once they see their mom or their dad doing that shit, they know what it takes and stuff, because it takes a certain type of behavior, a righteous behavior. So you have code of ethics, you have code of behavior, how you carry yourself in order to build that. And then the kids will see that, and then they'll start having standards of who they date, and who they have around them and shit. And they're gonna figure out that in order to build an empire, I need to be around these people. In order to do this, I need to be around these people. You gotta end that cycle, man. That unrighteous nigga shit, dog, it needs to die, dog. It needs to end. And black women need to stop attaching themselves to that shit. Straight up. If you gotta be alone, you just gotta be alone. And if you're alone, start building your shit. Start putting your business plans together. Just take some time out the day to be able to do it. All that shit, man. Just keep going, man, as much as you can. But you gotta know the difference between a nigga and a king all the time. And what a king will say and what a nigga will say. You're gonna pretty much, yeah, you're gonna pretty much know. But the thing with black women too, also, man, is that I learned this shit, is they always they always want to date what they like, but what you like is destroying your ass. That's the crazy shit about it. You want the man to look like this. You want the man that got this. You want the man who can sex like this. You want the man to do that. Okay, you get any resemblance of that, and you taste it, and you being involved in it. What happens to you? Do you become empowered? Do you become strong? You become more intelligent? Do you have empires now and stuff? Are you happy now? No, you probably ain't happy. That person that you pick probably rain havoc on your life. You know what I'm saying? So it's about the choice too, man. Like, it's not really what you want, man. It's what you need in your life. You can get what you want later on down the line, as far as like, but what you need is really, really more important. What you need is to heal. You get the bad energy off your soul and shit. And then you need to start building your own empires and shit. You need to start finding out what you know how to do good and not being scared about the gifts and stuff that you have about yourself. You need to use everything that you know about yourself to start building an empire. Because if you have children, they depend on that empire to exist when they get old enough. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, that's just how I feel about it. Just like my take on it, man. I know I went for a minute, but I'm just passionate about the shit because, man, black women are out here being destroyed by dudes with that mentality, man. And they're getting passes. Like they get to walk and do it again to another woman because nobody's holding that man accountable and shit. So, black women got to start holding their own self accountable. Like, I'm just not going to date that type of energy. I don't care what that dude is or what he got. I'm just not going to take, because he's going to take what he got and what he has and stuff to destroy you with it. If he got a good dick, he's going to use that to try to destroy you. If he got money, he's going to use that to try to destroy you. He's going to do all these things that you like about him. He's going to turn around and destroy you. You think you're getting the good part of it, but you're not. He's destroying you. And black women, any black woman that's listening to this now will understand what I'm talking about. That's what's going to happen. Black women, especially, dog, needs to be able to not be afraid what you was born with, man. And don't be afraid of loving something that's different and unfamiliar to you. Because everything that all the mates you probably had was the same type of dudes and shit because you only want what you like. You only want what appeases you to a certain degree, right? But you're not getting the things that's necessary in order for you to be more of a queen. You're not dating those guys. Break up, you're gonna probably go date another dude, kind of like this. It's gonna be another body, man. That same type of mentality. Because black women be calling dudes niggas. They be like, man, I'm gonna get me another nigga, and that's exactly what your fucking ass is gonna get. Another nigga. You're not gonna get a king because you're not asking for a king. You're asking. You're killing your own motherfucking self, really, because you're not asking for no king. Immediately you talking about you want another nigga. You want so what that means? Let's be honest. What that means? You want like almost an exact replica of the person who just fucked your life up. Because the reason why you're out here looking for another dude and shit is because the prior relationship failed. And a lot of the times, dude, man, it be the dude sometimes. Because the women start having expectations over a while of how a black man's supposed to be, and he can't meet them expectations because he's unrighteous. So he wasn't able to see that he was unrighteous in the beginning. Because he wasn't asking those questions, he wasn't seeing certain things, and it's not black women's fault because they don't know. They don't know. Nobody taught that to them. I'm about to teach it to them. I'm teaching it to them now, but nobody's really taught that to them. So they fall into that same trick over and over again, cycle after cycle. And they go at, and then they go ask for another one. Though you go ask for another nigga after that. No man, it's power in words, man. You're the king, and you're not loving the king based on how you look. You're not doing that. That shit should be over with. That practice right there, though, doesn't even work. It just brings more destruction to you. It's the same way that you don't want a dude to be with you based on what money you got, or um because you got something of value and shit. You don't want that dude just to be there for that. You want that dude to be for who you are, character wise. You know what I'm saying? Your essence. That's what you want the dude to really respect about you. So you got to do the same thing for the man. The same way a woman would be like, I done seen women and stuff, even in my life and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, girls would be like, no, I know I ain't the prettiest one and everything like that, but I can do this for you, shit like that. I can help you with this. I can help you with this. And at one point in my life, dude, I ignored that shit. I was like a teenager and shit. I didn't like. No, I was like, you gotta be cute, you gotta be fine, all that type of shit. No, but now, do I understand it? I understand like what. See, then I didn't understand kind of like the king shit like that. I understood it, but I just didn't understand like the behavior and what needs to go through with the transformation, and all that, what you have to be able to do, things you have to sacrifice, and all that type of stuff. But yeah, man, black men, righteous black men, build things. They build things. Whether it's going to be a house, whether it's going to be a company, whether it's going to be morale, whether it's going to be confidence. He is a builder. And that's what he's going to do. So you can't be like the black woman. You be like, oh, um, um, I'm gonna start talking shit about you because you're doing this for me. Oh, this nigga paying my bills and all that type of stuff. And that's another crazy thing is that black women talk bad about those dudes, and then they go give their body and their mind and their soul to a dude who wouldn't even pay that bill for them. It's like how do you disrespect the person that's contributing to your household functioning correctly? How you disrespecting that person? And you disrespecting that person over a dude who ain't contributing like that. The reason why the dude gotta pay that light bill and shit because you slipping. So ain't no way, dude, a black queen, dude, especially a DOH queen. This is what I'm in agreement with in this aspect of it. Should be allowing a dude to come over their house, dog, if that dude is not contributing to paying no bills. Dude. And you're gonna know, dude. And that's another test for black women. And black women been doing that test for a while. But it's still a good test to this day, dude. Tell that dude, man, to help you with one of them bills. Tell him to help you with the cable bill. Just something. Just tell him to help you with one of them bills. And then at that point, you will see what his real intentions were. You'll see them. You will see if he value your life or not. Not say he value your life, or not say he care about you, but doing something to show it like a real action, a real like a real action. So if you say right, but he should be able to understand because one thing you're supposed to be attracting a black man that is a king anyway. So if you talk about, hey, can you help me with this bill? He will gladly help you with that. He's gonna explain it to you. He'll be like, oh, I can do it next week, or let me check on it, or whatever like that. I can do that. But you're gonna get him. Don't be discouraged when you say that because you're just being discouraged because another nigga probably told you that shit. Don't be discouraged. Invite him, help him. Remind him and start bring power to the fact that he can do it. Don't be discouraged about, oh yeah, I bet and all that type. Don't do that. Because the righteous black man is there to really, really help. He's going to help you with all that shit. And it's your job and stuff like that to be respectful behind it. And it's your job to be able to motivate that man to do more and to treat that man right. You treat him even more righteous because you should be thankful that A righteous black man even did that for you based on the choices you made in your life. You cannot, yeah, man, another thing too, man. I see dudes doing that shit too. Basing relationships on physical shit. Like how a person look. Like black men do that shit bad. Oh, she ain't got no ass. I need a girl with an ass. You know what I'm saying? That right there should let a woman know, dog, that you have no intentions of even helping me do shit at all. So, hey man, having a big ass don't mean shit. Really, if you really look at it, it doesn't create power for you to rule and conquer. It doesn't create a way for you to be able to build an empire like that to that degree and shit. Unless you're using an ass to make money and shit like that, which is another thing we can talk about later. But if who you are or body parts and shit like that ain't helping you make money and shit, you should not be worrying about them to that degree. Because that shit really don't matter. See, niggas are attracted to body parts. Right? They're attracted to body parts. Kings are attracted to aura and energy and souls and shit like that. They can feel certain shit. That's why they don't talk to a whole bunch of bitches. A king doesn't talk to a whole bunch of bitches. He don't have a whole bunch of bitches. None of that shit. The unrighteous black man has a whole bunch of bitches because that's all he look for all day is bitches with body parts. But to find who a woman is in the inside, it's not so easy. It takes time. So you're not gonna have a whole bunch of them.